Talking Blues with Six.
I got a question. Like King's X and some of these other connections, and you're playing too. I mean, you definitely have, and of course Eddie's already been mentioned, but I mean, there's some shred in you too. I mean, and so let me, if you could break it down in percentages, where's the blues influence, and where does the shred influence and kind of cross, and how much? If you were to mix yourself in the kitchen, how much would you give of each?
That's such a cool question. I love it. I've never been asked that. It's one of those things when you start playing, you go, "Who are you?" You go, "Well, I'm me," but okay, what is me? And I would say it is probably 10% of a lot of people, right? A little bit,
all of us.
Yeah. So I mean, if you break it down into say tone versus style versus songwriting. So songwriting, some strange reason, I don't know what it is, but James Brown's 70s backbeats are sort of always in my body. I physically can feel that. So I don't, whatever, it's not
music. Absolutely.
I would say the tone thing is huge. So I spend a lot of time trying to get the sound right. And that's like an Eric Johnson, David Gilmour thing. And I became friends with Eric through a mutual friend. We traded gear for a while. We still chat a little bit on text and stuff. Just being friendly with him and being on a tone conversation with him is like epic because I grew up loving him.
It's like, okay, that's what I mean. The shred it's there. Your influences, your tone, your sound. You're having some of those shredding players are coming in without question. So I got James Brown. I'm getting now Eric and Eddie. All of them. So
Jimmy and Stevie, I think, are in equal parts. There's a certain, I actually I'm not a studied musician. In fact, it definitely hinders my songwriting at times because I'm like, well, where should I go now? And some people are like, well, you should go there because that's what most people, that's the circle of fifths, and you should go over. But okay, and I didn't learn that. I learned a different way. So I would say the Jimmy Stevie kind of like take it as it comes and just sort of use it as a tool. And that's not tone, but that's tone and style. Yeah, and I think I can never deny that. And those are the main guys. And then little things bleed in. Like I've actually had Satriani moments where I'm like, wow, that's like, what am I doing? Wow. Oh, that sounds like, oh, what am I doing that? Oh, okay. But I like guys like Joe, and I like obviously Ed, although Ed, I never honestly, as much as I loved him, and God knows my wife drive her nuts with that when we first met, but I don't think I've ever tried to even sound like Eddie or even tried to go there. I just never did. I just was in awe of it. Like, I'm go there, So inspired, yes, but sounds like not even close, But yeah, those are the main. And then Ty Tabor for King's X, like I said earlier, like his smoothness and
which was a great band.
Ace Frehley,
so, the original Kiss,
yeah.
I joined that army too. I was in that army too, man, back then. Back in the old Kiss army when I was a kid. Oh man,
heck yeah.